beautiful creatures of my world. It's just one of those days. Welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. It is a very cold, very windy day in the far north of Maine. Up along the Canadian border, when I got up this morning, there was hail all across the lawn this morning. Frozen rain. Looked like snow. Little BB-sized pellets. Winter is coming in the Caron of Maine. I hope everybody is having a beautiful day wherever you might be. I hope you're having a day filled with fabulosity and dang good coffee, because we all need dang good coffee to get through this thing we call life. I have a lisp. I know the lisp is back. The lisp went away, but now it's back. I had to have a tooth rebuilt yesterday. And we're just getting used to the new sensation in the old face. So we had smile restoration done yesterday, and it was quite the thing. Anything medical with me is quite the thing. So it was an hour and a half in the dental chair, and I have a brilliant dental team, and it's just they're fabulous, and I thank them. But now we got the lisp again because things just have to settle out, just the way it is. Yeah, I'm getting older. Life is hard when you get old. So I thought I was done talking about Snapocalypse. I am not done talking about Snapfooalypse, whatever the hell you want to call it. Because there's a lot of people that don't understand what is going on. Now, as far as Snapocalypse, Snapfooalypse, whatever the heck you want to call it, is concerned, I'll do the gossipy end about the national stage, the idiot judge in Rhode Island that has all these whack demands and basically wants the office of the presidency to let Congress know that they don't matter anymore. There are some things that I just can't get over. These federal judges that think that they can rewrite law from the bench. You can't do it. That's why we have all these branches of office, to keep everybody in checks and balances. So as far as things went yesterday, the pinhead Rhode Island judge, and I can say these things because I'm from Rhode Island, and they do some pretty shifty things in Rhode Island, and they have a big sanctuary city in Providence. So, a lot of this dictate coming from this particular judge in Rhode Island is because they don't want all the illegal aliens at their front door. So of course they want to give the benefit, full ride, to all 42 million people, and they want the office of the presidency to take the funding from areas that he can't take the funding from because it's against the law, and because they're just making Congress obsolete. This particular pinhead judge in Rhode Island. I'm not too happy about the Massachusetts judge either. However, these judges, they got to understand, you cannot rewrite law from the bench. I'm sorry. There's checks, there's balances, and we need to keep through that. Anyways, the Rhode Island judge wants Trump to give everybody their full amount for November, and he dictated or told Trump that it's got to be done by today. And of course, that ain't happening. So Trump come back out and said, hey, when the government opens, I will dish out a portion of the SNAP benefits. It was supposed to be 50%. Now it's 65%. I'm going to talk in detail about SNAP as it pertains to the state of Maine. Everybody likes the political stuff. Everybody likes the sexy headlines. And I have a portion of my subscribers that live in the state of Maine, and a portion of my subscribers are on Social Security and SSDI. It's just the age bracket that I fall in on people's algorithms. So I think I'm going to do something weekly as this pertains to the state of Maine, the intricacy of it. Although there's some juicy gossip on the federal stage, of course, we're going to talk about that because we have to. Now, Trump wants the Republicans to Just get rid of the filibuster. All this could be solved in 2.5 seconds, but it's not going to be. Because as we hear whispers from people that actually work in Washington, this is probably going to last until Christmas. Could be beyond. But they're pretty much feeling that they're going to be on furlough until Christmas. So there you have it. Put that in your back pocket and do what you will with that little bit of information. Now, last night I made a post explaining, as far as the state of Maine goes, what is going to be happening to SNAP benefits, because as we know, on November 1st, a lot of requirements at the federal level kicked in order to receive SNAP. There's a lot of disability requirements that kicked in on November 1st as well. If you want all that information in explicit detail, you need to go to Walter's channel. I used Walter's numbers yesterday on my post. You need to go to Walter's channel, and I'm going to link his channel in the description box below. He is at Win Social Security Disability. That is his channel. It is going to be linked. I just lost it for a minute. It is going to be linked in the description box below. Now, as SNAP pertains to the state of Maine, these are the numbers. There are 163,520 people receiving SNAP benefits. The breakdown from the federal government at the 65%. Remember, you're only supposed to get 50%, but the administration said we could do 65%. And that's going to come out of the USDA contingency fund. There's barely enough money for this, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of my world. And a lot of people cannot wrap their brains around that. Anyways, we'll move on with that. So, as far as Maine goes, there will be 58,867 recipients of the SNAP program. You will receive 65% of your benefits when they are paid out. 85,000 recipients of Maine that are on benefits for SNAP, you will get less than the 65% that other people are getting. And 19,082 SNAP recipients, you will get nothing. You are off of the program. Now, I don't know if you're going to get a letter in the mail. I don't know if everybody's going to get their benefits and your card just ain't going to work and you're going to have to call somebody. But this is the breakdown of the money that is going to be received by the state of Maine for SNAP and distributed. And that's that. And Trump is saying, you don't care what the Rhode Island judge said about today. You'll get payments. Trump is standing firm. You will get payments when the government opens up. So expect a continued delay in your SNAP benefits. At the time that we make this video, please expect a delay. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is Jared Golden. Jared Golden is not going to be running for Congress in the 2nd district, which is my district. Bye-bye. Paul LePage wants his seat. We're not doing red and blue right now. It's not that. There is a reason why Jared Golden is not running, and people need to understand this reasoning. Jared Golden is not running again for re-election because you can't get nothing done in Congress. The political climate is rough and violent. Do you understand the times that we are living in, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of my world? We have a congressman who hasn't really been in office very long, who is telling the people of his district, not that we voted for him anyways, I am not running because of political violence. My family and I are not safe. So he's just going to come back to the great state of Maine and become private citizen Jared Golden. This is the political climate. This is the temperature of our country. People in charge don't want to be in charge. Hey, Nancy Pelosi's retiring too. God, get her the hell out of here. Now, the third thing that I want to talk about today is there is an app. I was watching Billy Carson last night at Forbidden Knowledge. I will be putting the link to Billy Carson's channel in the description box below. You go over to at Forbidden Knowledge, his channel on the YouTube. Now, Billy has an app, and the app is foodbankfinder.ai. Now, this app will work just on Google. Put this into Google, foodbankfinder.ai. And I did it last night. I just typed it into my Google browser and it brought me right to where I needed to go. This is Billy Carson's app. And Billy wants everybody to share this app because people are in need. And this app was built for people who specifically would like to donate to food banks during this humanitarian crisis where people do not have their SNAP benefits to buy food. And I think it's a brilliant app. I played with it last night. I put my mom's address, not her address, but her zip code in, and I found a bunch of food banks. Now, when you go to donate food to food banks, there are food banks that just are accepting donations, and they will be distributing them, like Billy explained in his video. They just do for women and children. They just do for single moms. Some food banks are just specifically geared toward children. So you go out and you're buying your donations. This app will show you a breakdown of where you can locally within your vicinity of where you live all across the country, where you can bring certain things and how these food banks are distributing. Some are distributing to everybody, some just the elderly. So you can kind of detail where your donations are going. If you want to just give to women and children that receive SNAP benefits, you go to one food bank. If you want to give just for the elderly, you can go to a different food bank. And this is how it's breaking down all across the country because, as Billy said on his video, he tried to give food and to a food bank and they just weren't accepting it. So this will show you the food banks that are accepting donations and what specifically they are accepting and where you can go to bring your items that you are donating. Now, Hannaford is donating quite a bundle of money, I heard on the news last night. Hannaford also in our area, Aroostook County. Remember, 20% of our friends and neighbors of our Aroostook County community, 20% of our community is on food stamps. They are on the SNAP program. Now, I am actually going to go and try to find these bags today at my local Hannaford. There are the grocery bags, the reusable grocery bags. And I'll go and put a picture here. These bags, they are giving $1 off of every purchase to our, I think it's it's our food shelter. It's our food shelter. It's our shelter up here. And if I'm wrong, we'll correct it because I have a lot of things going on in my head. In Presque Isle. So for every one of these bags that you buy in the county goes to the shelter in Presque Isle. Yeah, I can talk today. So that's what I'm going to try to get my hands on some. I heard already, because I know people that work at my Hannaford, that they're going fast. It's just a quick way to help fund out, the needs of our local citizens. Also, there's always the $10 meal. I think it's still $10 at the Hannaford, and so we're gonna be doing some of that, and those meals. It's a really good deal to help your friends, your family, and your neighbors. So this is just some of the stuff going on in the county. We will be getting a list of the food banks in the county, churches and stuff that are helping our residents here in Aroostook County. So we will be doing a episode on that specifically. If you are anywhere in the great state of Maine and you would like a shout out for the people in your community as to where to go to access a food bank, you can just email me, coffeewithkerri-lynn@gmail.com, and get me that information, and then I will be able to get that information into a video, and y'all can share it with everyone you know. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of my world, our country is in a humanitarian crisis. I don't care what side you're on. And like I've said before, as a taxpayer, I want the fraud stopped. As a humanitarian, I don't want to see people suffer. And it's a battle. And somehow we need to clean up the fraud. And apparently this is how the government is going to clean up the fraud. It's not the red side solely, because y'all can stop that damn filibuster and get things kind of back to normal. It's not the blue side solely. We are the collateral damage in the world, and that's just how it goes. It's a one big club, and you and me, we ain't in it. So we need to be the kindness that we want to see in the world. And as always, Carpe Diem, because no one promises you a tomorrow.